For crying out loud, Luke, would you let me tune the damn thing first?
Oh, boy.
I know what this is. This is revenge, isn't it? For me spamming that damn chat of yours. Wabbit had a hand in it too, you know. If I go down, the Wabbit goes down.
The Wabbit is alive right now. You are.
That's true. But me and Wabbit tend to roll together.
Yeah. He's to blame, you to blame. You to blame, he's to blame.
waiting for you to drive your happy ass out here, Rabbit. Luke played something pretty interesting for last Friday's popcorn night, and I was listening to those sounds and the visuals, and
yeah, it was like the one that we just had, the Christmas.
Right.
So it was like a holiday themed one, I think.
And it made me think about, designing this piece in a different aspect, because he's like a master at plucks and all that shit, So
this one is the Dia de los Muertos.
Right.
One. Yeah.
It was the hardware jams. Now it's kind of like tuning it up a little bit,
right. Yeah, we kind of do with the hardware jams songs, which it feels weird not to have to done one this past weekend.
Right.
But with doing all those hardware jams ones, there's so many songs just sitting there.
Right.
That could just go to a different place or be tuned up or added more vocals, because I know we did a lot of vocals to them.
And put that on the album too or something.
Mm-hmm. Well, we should do an album just dedicated and we should just call it Challenges.
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
No rhyme, no reason.
No rhyme or reason, yeah.
Right.
And so all the hardware jams challenges that we've done, we can just put them on that album.
Yeah, I like
It'll be
that.
refreshed, more vocals, longer, because they're only 5 minutes, and Lord knows we don't do anything for 5 minutes. According to Cressy, we'll be on tour for like a week straight. It's like one show.
6 years. 6 years, one show.
It's just one show.
Yeah.
But that's good. That's good. That's a good thing.
I thought for sure me and Wabbit was going to get kicked out of Luke's chat.
Well, it's funny because when I was gearing up for everything, Wabbit came over here. He was like, I got kicked out, so I'm here. I guess this is my detention. I'm like, oh, no. You mean you're here for more entertainment? Yeah.
It's funny because sometimes I don't really get to thinking about things when I get in the studio, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I kind of let music, like, in a weird way, just numb the shit out of me, you know?
Mm-hmm. As it should. It's a way to relax.
And
decompress.
Not only decompress, but sometimes I think I let music do a little too much medicating and not spending enough time with myself. You know, when I went live cutting the grass today, I didn't have any earbuds in. I couldn't listen to a podcast.
Right.
I couldn't play any music. It was just me and the viewers, which I knew you guys were there. I wasn't tuned out of that. But then I also was exposed to the elements. Now, I don't mean like environmental, like the outside elements. I mean like the inner space, the mental elements. And it's not until then you realize that there's mental health issues with everyone and yourself, you know?
Yeah.
And spending time on that lawnmower, and you were like, well, do you want your earbuds because we're not live anymore? And I'm like, you know what? No.
Right.
I'm going to go out and deal with myself. And that right there is a thing I suffer from a lot. I always have. And you know this too.
Yeah.
I tend to overthink things, and I'm always in the what if phases, and I wake up at 3 a.m. a lot thinking, just nonstop thinking about the what ifs. And I already, well, the wife and I already had a conversation a while ago, and I told her, you know, I think I know what my issue is. I have this addiction with searching. And so now she kind of makes it a joke and kind of not. When I get lost in my own ideations and I'm always what ifing, now she turns the tables against me because I said something profound to her. She realized it was profound, you know, and it didn't come from someone else's ideation, what I had said. But I told her, you know, I'm constantly searching. So whenever I go in this dark spot or this whatever, she always goes, and she spares me nothing.
Nothing.
What are you searching for? And the more she says it, the more I go,
Meaning stop searching for something that's not there.
Right.
Stop searching for a problem. Stop searching for something more than what it is.
Right.
Just let it be what it is.
Because I never really have a clear answer for you as to what I am searching for.
Nope, you never do. And it's funny because that day that we had that conversation, I sit back and think back on it, and I'm like, you didn't have that conversation for me. You had that conversation for you.
Right. So I don't know if I was looking for validation or if I was just looking for an ear.
Maybe a little bit of both.
You know?
Yeah.
And then so sitting on that lawnmower, it was like, okay, now you don't have someone else's live feed to go and veg on. You don't have someone's content to go look at so you can escape from this. Here we are now, you know?
Yeah.
Here we are. And then are you going to get mentally fatigued and give up, or are you going to keep replaying these problems in your head?
Yeah, constantly over and over
and over.
Because it's always going to have a different ending.
Right.
Or a different way to that ending.
Right.
Because it's in your mind. Biscuit said, searching for yourself, you're already here.
That's true,
True.
too.
Icing says, the brain is a great thing for thinking of future possibilities and also a terrible thing for making you think about future possibilities.
Yes.
Absolutely.
It's a double edge.
So I always tell him, like, when he's up in the middle of the night and I wake up and look over and see that he's up, I'm like, why are you up? Usually it's either because he has like a stomach issue, what hasn't happened lately, or just like a really weird dream. And so now he's awake. or it's because his mind is going 1,000 miles an hour. So when it's that third one, the mind is going 1,000 miles an hour. I go, okay, so you're up. What are you going to do about it at this moment? And literally that's what happens.
Right.
Silence.
Yeah.
Because there is nothing you could do about it at that moment. So why are you stressing?
Right. And you just learn, or I just learned. I don't want to speak for everybody else, but it's hard to live in the moment, the now, not 2 seconds ahead and not 2 seconds behind.
Yeah.
But the now, because, you know, even 3 seconds ago, just now, I can't go back and change what I just said or go back and relive it. It's a constant, I don't even know what it is, but it's just a constant thing of trying to construct this control over the next 5 minutes, the next 30 minutes, the next hour.
Yeah, stop searching.
The hardest thing is to control the present, you know? And last night when I gave you a hug and a kiss and we were just in a husband-wife moment, that was the moment of the present. You know, I didn't look behind. I didn't look ahead. And you know what it told me? It told me, like, there's things that we can't control, and no matter what goes on in our life, when it's time to shine and when it's time to handle those problems, we always handle them. And all the stress you thought about it and all the stories you put in front, because my brother always says, the mind is capable of telling amazing stories that have never happened or never will happen, but you believe them to be.
Yeah, that's why I always say, like, when you're there contemplating, you're always contemplating something and the ending is always different.
Right.
Or the path is different, but the ending is the same. The brain is a fascinating storyteller.
Right. And so the lyrics to this song, Life After Life, moving on now, slow down, you know, that's, I guess what I'm saying is, like, how often are we really in the moment? How often are we really in the moment? You know? And what really makes us happy?
Which was cool for those few people that joined us on the live of you mowing the lawn. They were in that moment with you. Like, this is your day to day. I got to go mow 4 freaking acres. They're in that moment.
Right. They're not thinking about anything else, I'm sure. Like, too bad we had the buffering issues.
Yeah, we'll have to figure out that for next season when it comes around. The mower is now put away. That was the last cutting for the season. It's not going to grow anymore. It's getting cold.
Yeah.
But
was we are going to take walks,
day.
though. We are going to take walks
you could do that.
And go do things outside of the studio.
I think you just have to turn off the Wi-Fi because, like I was telling people, Steve said, I missed the mowing. Yeah, there was a mowing live. We just went on the spur of the moment. ASMR. Him on the mower mowing the lawn, picking up dog poop. That was fun. But I think, like how you said, it's just a matter of turn off the Wi-Fi because there's a different Wi-Fi for the studio, and then there's a different Wi-Fi for the house. And then I can't. I went to go turn off the Wi-Fi studio, but then I realized I can't because we do have an alarm system in the studio. Because there is a lot of equipment in here. So we have an alarm system in here. So if I turned off the Wi-Fi, it would turn off. There's a backup battery, but it only lasts an hour. So I was like, we'll just see how far we can push the live. And then when it gets really bad, then we'll just call it.
Yeah.
And we did. Biscuit said, I was jealous. I live in a tiny flat that I don't own, so it isn't secure and I have no land. I saw what you had. Biscuit, and it's
overrated.
It's not overrated. I mean, for a lot of people, they love the acreage, and 4 acres is probably small for them. Like they're like, oh no, we need 10 acres or more. But in all honesty, Indiana, out of the majority of the United States, is one of the cheapest places to live.
And that's the reason why we're here.
And that's the reason why we're here. If we were in California, or if we were in anywhere else, we would not be living in a property this big.
No.
There was no way in hell. We would be in a teeny little 1-bedroom apartment.
Right.
If we were in California, we would be living in a teeny little 1-bedroom apartment.
Paying like $3,000 a month.
Mm-hmm.
Easy. Because that's what a lot of our friends are paying now.
In Washington, what was the townhouse? How many square?
In Gig Harbor, we had a 1,500 square foot townhome.
It wasn't even that big. I don't think it was
1,500.
It was 1,500.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It was
upstairs and downstairs added together.
2-bedroom, 3-bedroom,
3-bedroom,
a 3-bedroom,
and it was about $3,000.
3-bath townhome. No property to yourself, nothing. Like
it wasn't even ours.
It wasn't even ours, but maybe you had like a 4x4 little corner of a grass that if you had a dog, they can go and do their business on.
And that was fake grass.
And it was fake grass on top of it. Our truck didn't even fit in the driveway at all. It hung out. The tail end of it hung out, not terribly a lot, but enough to where it was annoying. $3,000 a month.
That's not with utilities.
And that's not including utilities. That's just to rent the place. And they were increasing the rent. So we knew immediately we had to get out of freaking Washington because Washington was just getting worse and worse and worse.
But we did buy a large piece of land in Washington. It was like 10 acres next to the Puget Sound.
But it was like in the out, like it wasn't in the city.
It was in the rural area.
Yeah, the rural area. Yep. Yeah. Biscuit said, I got a 12 by 12 foot room and a small kitchen and a small bathroom, but some people are homeless and I am lucky. Exactly.
And that's the way to look at it.
All very fortunate. It's not the size of your living, it's the quality of your living.
And let me tell you, for us to get here in Indiana and have what we have now, I literally broke my back and busted my ass, and so did you.
Mm-hmm.
For a year and a half, we did that to save up the money. She made us, we might get canned for saying this, but she made us extra Jewish.
Yeah.
And we didn't spend anything. And once you find out what you're spending your money on, and take in mind,
it's crazy.
I was 100% into the farrier blacksmith game, and I was clocking anywhere from $3,000 to $4,000 a week, and 90% of that was cash. And so I would have pockets of cash, and we would eat out every day. We'd go to Starbucks every day.
It was stupid.
We
it was
ordered
just
food every day.
It was ridiculous.
And when she stopped the madness, and she knew that we had to go help my brother, and we needed to purchase a home, and we needed to save money and build our credit. When she stopped all of the spending madness, I think we were spending close to like $6,000 a month on bullshit.
Yeah, because it was almost $2,000 a week on just stupid things. Like, really, we go grocery shopping and we don't even cook.
We didn't even cook.
So it was just wasted money constantly.
It was money faster than we can make.
Mm-hmm.
And now that, since I've walked away from the farrier world pretty young, and she went into the movie industry, now the movie industry is kind of
going to shit.
Mm-hmm. So
there's literally no work out there.
There's no work out there for her. So we are, and this is something we've been thinking about for quite some time, but it makes sense for us.
Yeah.
My brother, myself, and Marilyn were talking. And because I did such phenomenal work in Washington, I've even had people seek us out just because of how great we were as a farrier business and how great my wife was in the dietitian of horses.
The equine nutrition.
And we got so popular, we were turning down 4 or 5 horses or 4 or 5 clients a week. That's not counting how many horses they really owned.
Mm-hmm.
We were probably turning around hundreds of horses because I couldn't do them by myself.
Yeah,
and,
there was no way.
And you couldn't find any help.
No.
But here in Indiana, they have a same issue here. They have horses that are in need of a farrier that understands lameness, who can read x-rays, who can prescribe nutritional facts and help their horses recover. And then it's like we have the team to do that.
We have one vet in Washington now who is just like still after 2 years, like begging and pleading, please come back. We're like, we can't.
And
we can't
it was
come back.
tempting because, that was
we can't go back.
Sin Seeker and Andy and, I don't know so much about Rabbit. I think Rabbit's more on my terms with things, but a lot of these people we follow who are really into music and are passionate about it and they know a lot about it and they love it and they can teach it to you and, you can see the passions there and the knowledge is there. That's how I am with the farrier world. It is my number one passion. We're going to open our business back up again here in Indiana. We're going to work with a few vets and a few farriers. We're not going to get so busy to where we can't do this. This is still like, our escape room.
Yeah.
So we're going to juggle it. But here's the beautiful thing. We're going to take the cameras with us when we do the horses and the blacksmithing and the education of owning horses and what they go through in life. We're going to take the cameras with us and we're going to, show a different aspect as to what the Dixons do. It's the true meaning of symptoms of reality.
Yeah. It'll be fun to read x-rays and be like, did you see this and this and that? Oh, you didn't? Oh, you missed that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and you're the vet?
Yeah.
Oh, dang, sorry.
Yeah, we
we've had many implications. We had many vets who despised working with us, and then we had many vets who would only work with us.
Yeah.
And those are the ones who knew how to check their ego.
Yes.
And those who didn't know how to check their ego.
And they were willing to learn from a farrier. And I was willing to learn from the vet.
Bye,
Luke. And so that was it's something to be said about that, right? Like now we're going to do that, right? But music, for me, music has always been like,
Crazy Rabbit says, I only know fun and how to piss off HR.
Right? For me, music now is just going to be, I'm just going to get behind these machines and just play the machine. I don't care. I'm not going to put myself in this over-caringly mode of how this works, what this does. I know how to create music.
I
know
just
what sounds it makes.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to fucking do it.
And you know what sounds good to you.
I know what sounds good to me. I know what blends. And really, I think that's the point of music making. Now, there are those who want to know every aspect, know every term and terminology, know the physiology about it.
Right.
That's fine. That's your flavor.
Yeah.
But now I'm just going to come in here and just hit a button, hit a few keys. Sounds good. My mind is gone.
Roll with it.
I'm going to roll with it.
Yeah. Cornish says, same with my work, S.O.R.
See, there you go.
Yeah.
What does Cornish do?
I don't know. Maybe he'll elaborate in the chat. But I mean, and we always say it's education, right? Like
it's all education.
Like if you're going to do something, just educate yourself behind it.
Right.
Always. Yeah. Who said that? I think it was Uncle Chrome said that Maryland. Yeah, Maryland is a horse state, he said.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we used to get calls from like Wyoming, like, could you guys please drive 2,000 miles to Wyoming to help these horses?
Yeah.
Before they go in the ground.
Yeah.
And we can only spread ourselves so thin.
So thin.
And I can only imagine once word gets out here.
I think there was maybe a 3-month span in Washington where I worked 7 days a week. 7 days a week because I was
doing your personal job.
During my other job and then coming out and helping you on the weekends. So literally my days off on the one job was actually working for you on the farrier job. So I think it was for a good 3 months, I did not have 1 day off.
Right.
And then winter hit, and I was like, oh, thank God. I get at least one day off. And I got a day off, I think it was one day. Sometimes I would be lucky and get two. The wiki said, make music for yourself. If others like it, lucky them.
Hey, word up, Wookie.
That should be on a t-shirt.
And you know, Wookie.
And I'm going to quote it, as the wise Wookie would say.
You know what? You know what, Wookie? I mean, and everybody. For the longest time, because, you know, most of you know I'm new to all of this synth world and stuff, and I still don't have the understanding as most of you have, and that's fine. But I struggled for a long time putting this out to everybody because I didn't have the passion of wanting to know it all. I just wanted to create music, you know, and I struggled with that. I struggled with, sometimes somebody would come in the comment and say, oh, you should arrange it with this and then do this with that. I didn't know what it means. You know, I still don't know what it meant, but I go, that's cool, you know, and maybe you can hear and understand things that I don't, but right now sounds good to me.
And
and I ain't saying it to bust anybody's balls or hurt anybody's feelings.
No.
But I think Wookie he's right on. He's like, just do you.
Yep. And I always say, we're all ignorant, right? We're all ignorant in something until we gain knowledge in that one thing we're ignorant in.
Right.
And then we're no longer ignorant in that subject.
Right.
But we're all 100% ignorant.
And I'll sit there on that Solar 42. And is Tracker Jack listening to this?
I think so.
If he is, he is.
Yeah,
But I'll sit on that Solar 42 and I'll find a tune on the Hydra and I'll sit there, turn all the effects down. And yes, Tracker, make sure those mod knobs aren't pressed in. And I'll sit there and I will tune each oscillator to ear. And sometimes I'll have it perfect. I'll detune it and I'll go back and tune it again, because to me, that is the most satisfying thing. Sometimes it's not just making music. Sometimes it's just taking an oscillator and tuning it to something you hear to where it makes sense and then slowly bring in the reverb. Like, you know that?
Yeah.
Sometimes that outweighs music making.
Yeah.
Just fucking with an oscillator.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be so orthodox all the time. Cressy said, I make music for me. If you start second guessing what people want, you become a music slave and then it becomes work.
Yes. 100% agree. And that's what I was doing, Cressy, was what is the audience like? I was doing that for so long. Like, man, I hope.
And I kept trying to tell you
people
this.
like this.
Stop.
I hope people like this. I said every when we were doing the 100 lives in a row, almost every one of those 100, I was like, geez, Meryl, you think people liked it? I mean, I liked it. And then we would lose a subscriber and then lose 2 subscribers. And I'm like, man, like, what am I doing? And Lamar would be like, we're doing us, like, you know.
But what would
come out of that?
Yeah,
thinking.
What would I always tell you? I would always say, who cares?
Right.
Who cares if they like it or not? Do you like it? Did it sound good? Did okay, like the Wookiee said, if it makes your ears smile, then it's good.
It's good.
That's it. At the end of the day, did you like the music that you just made?
Right.
Yes, then it's perfect.
Yeah.
Because like I said, not everybody likes chocolate cake.
Yeah, me and Cressy had a Zoom conversation too, and I don't think Cressy knew some of the things he was telling me, how they affected me, and I wonder if he noticed. After we had that Zoom conversation, my jams have been just what I love to do now. They've been more ambient. They've been more of a slower pace. They're not so crash your head. It's not my style.
It never has been.
When I see Cornish, like Cornish never breaks from his style. No matter how hard things are around his environment of music, it's always a Cornish style. You know? And now I'm finally sitting and starting to be like, this is my style.
No matter what, like when you go to hardware jams, like you, almost 99.9% of the time, when you see somebody coming up when they're doing the stream through, regardless of what theme it is, I know what to expect from that individual.
Right.
Because it's their MO.
Right.
Like, this is how it's almost like a DNA of music. It's their DNA. Like that one morning when you were playing something on your phone and I looked over at you and I was like, that's Panda.
Right.
And you're like, yep. Or you're playing something, I was like, oh, that's Cressy.
Yeah.
You're like, yep. I know who it is.
Right.
Because it's their DNA. It's just, like you said, it's their style.
Yeah. And you know, I'm just telling you guys this because this was on my mind. I don't have to tell you guys this, so I'm kind of just opening myself up for not scrutiny, but just open dialogue as to what I'm thinking about. But when I was listening to Hardware Jams the first time, just after Inky said, go do one, no ifs, ands, or buts, essentially. When I heard everybody's jam, I was like, oh, I have to be more hard. I have to be more this. I have to be. You know, that's just how I interpret it.
Right, because that was kind of like the norm.
Right. And I really hadn't put this stuff out there. Never did anybody hear this until essentially Hardware Jams and maybe a little bit before, like on our podcast, you know? And it was like, man, after I sat and had that Zoom with Cresshead, I was, you know, he was just saying some things like, hey, I do vocals. I do samples. I do me. I'm doing Cresshead, you know? And then so he was like, despite what people say in the chats or what they may think about whatever you're doing, do you.
Yeah, and that's what he just said. You do you.
Yep.
And I think I finally convinced you with the help of Unity to just submit a jam. I was like, you're not them. You don't play that style of music, and that's what's going to be unique about it, because they're going to hear something different, something that they haven't heard before, or maybe they have and it wasn't there on that stream that we were listening to. But I said, don't change who you are to try to fit in.
Right.
Just play your music.
I know I'm flawed. I know it, but I'm getting better with it, you know?
Don said, I do GIFs on Discord servers. And he does it well. And so why change it? If you do something good, do it to your best ability. Look, you might get your own channel.
Right.
Don got his own channel.
Yeah.
So now he can gift his little heart away in the appropriate channel, and I don't have to clean up after anybody.
Yeah. I just, you know, hey, it's one thing to like, if I never recognized it, it's a problem. But at least I recognize it, and I'm making changes as I grow from this world and as I grow from music.
Yeah.
You know? I think that's the beautiful thing, is recognizing how you traipse on this world, and recognizing what distractions are, and when to use a distraction and when not to use a distraction, and not to overuse your distractions from the mental.
And
it's okay to become victim of your own mentality, you know?
And I always know when to push you.
Yeah, you do.
Always. Always. Yeah. You're always like, no. I'm like, yeah, you can.
Because I forget too, sometimes you sit and you watch me too. Like, you know, you sit and you watch me. I know you know my MO, you know? So, I mean, that's cool about being married to someone, is they can call you on your shit when you need to.
Oh, yeah.
When you need to come out of this dire place, you know? Sometimes it's nice to have someone in your corner. And if you don't have someone in your corner right now that can help you get out of things, sometimes...
That's what S.O.R Live is for.
That's what I was going to say.
Check your local listings.
Just go somewhere where you know you're going to get, you know, quality stuff for the mental.
Oh, gosh. Okay. How do you say that? The hard G name? Yeah,
Garen.
Why am I always butchering? We're going to have to find you a new name, just like how I found Biscuit Moon's new name, because I'm just gonna butcher it constantly because my brain is just won't compute. He said, "S.O.R and all musically, you do you, and your audience will find you."
That's true, right there. And that's, hey, for a moment it was one of the hardest things to do. And I'm always saying this. The hardest thing to be in this life is yourself. With all of the influences coming in from every direction, the hardest thing in life is to be yourself. And I'm no superhero when it comes to all of this. Like I fall victim just like the rest of the people. But man, when you start waking up to certain things, you wake up.
Debbie. he said, I only care if I like my stuff or not.
There you go.
True. Hold on. Uncle Chrome says, I come a long way from beater Cadillac to Willet sledge. Oh, geez. Did I see Man with Beard was in? Or
God
somebody?
Damn it,
wait.
Beard. Say something.
Yeah. Man with Beard's in. Hi, Man with Beard.
Don,
Hello.
are you watching that guy? Put out an alert. Cressy, put up the barricades.
When did he come in? I totally missed
You see,
it.
that's what makes him so fucking creepy.
Such a sneaky little
Your creepy
guy.
beard.
I blame your beard.
Say something.
I totally missed when he came in. He just snuck in right in there.
What time does go ahead?
They're like, ooh, they're having a profound conversation. I'm coming right in.
What time does Jervis come on? He comes on in like 40 something minutes.
Does he?
Yeah. So we're gonna spend a few more minutes, maybe 15, 20 more minutes, and just vibe out on this chill. This is what I like to do 9 times out of 10 is just vibe out on this thought process. And
oh, great. He said Fred works. Fred it is.
Fred it is.
Yeah.
Oh, I like Fred.
I like Fred too.
Damn.
Thank you, because I will always butcher your name. Fred, I can't butcher. I am so pleased now.
Fred.
Yeah, Steve said 40 minutes.
Okay.
He comes on. Chris, he said, you have to be mind free to be creative, to go and play and be open and try stuff and see what sticks. Have fun. Even if the subject is sad, have fun.
Right.
True. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I caught myself today again. I was freaking out like, oh my God, I only have 20. I had to cut the grass, get in, shower. I hopped on Luke's and I keep getting involved with the crazy fucking rabbit, man.
And I think he said, have a good rest of your weekend. Keep jamming, y'all. I think is Crazy Rabbit hanging it up.
Yeah. But yeah, Cressy and everyone listening who's commenting, I'm starting to have fun and just do me.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yep. And if people don't like it, they don't like it. Oh, well.
Garen said, now I might need a reminder I said that. Well, dang it. What good is it for me now? I have to remind you what your name is. Just put a sticky somewhere, like where you view S.O.R Live and just be like, on S.O.R Live, I'm Fred. I'm Fred on S.O.R Live.
Now, whenever I see Garen in the comment
It's
section,
going to be Fred.
I'm Fred.
Fred.
People are going to be like, I don't see a fucking Fred here.
No,
Where's
it is.
Fred?
He's right there. He's with the red moniker. It's Fred.
It's Fred.
Now, you know, from here on out in every other live, you're going to be Fred. And S.O.R family is going to start calling you Fred. Just like S.O.R family start calling Biscuit Moon.
And Messy Cressy.
And Messy Cressy. And Man Who Fights with Razors.
Did Cornish say what he did for a living?
I don't think so. If he did, I missed it.
Oh, okay.
The chat was just
moving by too fast.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. So for the last 15 or 20 minutes, we're gonna just sit here and.
Cressy said, if you ever need help, speak up. We Zoom call, etc.
Hey, for real. I just might do that, Cressy.
Cressy, I'm still waiting for you to dust off your JDXI. I know Don and I are still waiting for you to just dust off your JDXI.
Yeah, you're starting to look like you sit on a throne of lies.
You're Cressy messy.
I know you're busy. We know you're busy doing inky projects and your own projects and
Yeah.
our projects.
We're just fucking with you.
But still,
but still.
Don and Marilyn need help, and they're relying on you.
Look, for now, I'm good with just turning it on and pushing shit and see what happens. Sometimes good things come out. Sometimes not so good things come out. And you should see the reaction on my face when not so good things come out.
Yeah. Don't let them build nasty habits, Cressy.
Too late. When shit isn't working, I'm like, why is nothing working? I just turn that shit off.
Yeah.
Wait a little bit, turn it back on. Oh my God, there you go. We're all good.
When in doubt, power cycle it out.
I'm like, look, everything's working now. Why did it get to that point? I have no idea.
Yeah. You know who I want to see jam, and I don't get a chance to see jam? Tracker Jack.
Oh, yeah.
How come he doesn't jam?
Yeah.
Like, I want to see some Solar 42 action.
Yeah. Maybe he's waiting for you to teach him some more.
I can't teach Tom anything. That dude is like the modular guy.
Yeah, he's helped out.
Things I don't even understand what he has.
He helped out the other day. Somebody had a question on the solar, and I was like, well, shit. So I went into the Discord and I asked Luke if he can address that question, because I was like, I have no idea. But I don't think Luke had Discord up when he was a wrench up. So I was like, oh, crap. But Tracker jumped in and responded. I was like, oh, thank you, Tracker.
There you go.
Because I'm like, I have no idea.
Speaking of, is there anyone who wants to help mod the channel? We need an extra mod.
Yeah, we had a mod step down, which you guys noticed. It was Luke.
Yeah. Anyone
Luke is no longer
up?
blue.
Luke doesn't want the responsibilities.
He kicked us out of his house like his other kids.
He just called us kids, and he doesn't have time for us.
Yeah. He kicked us out.
He said he was bigger and better than this.
Mm-hmm. And we said, we get it.
I said, sorry, sir.
We understand.
Okay, sir. I'm sorry, sir. He said, no, I don't think you guys get it. Take that off of me immediately. I just want to spectate. Idiots.
God.
That was his words. And I apologize to him.
It's a good thing he's not on the live right now, but it's bad that he's going to go back and watch.
Yeah, he's a really mean guy behind the curtains, guys. He's like the Wizard of Oz. He's just a mean guy. Yeah, if anybody wants to help when you're in, we're not saying you got to be here every day, but we just need some help, because the wife has a lot going, and some things you guys can't see, and she's constantly in the books, and she has to do schooling, and
Yeah.
So if anyone can help. If not, totally understand.
It's all good. Yeah. Yeah, but I think right now the only mod we have is Steve. And Steve does a fabulous. Wait, no. In the words of Panda, fucking brilliant.
No, yeah. Fucking gorgeous.
Fucking gorgeous. But just slightly more inebriated.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't get. No thanks. I'll be inebriated on water. Thank you.
Water. Okay, let's zone out before we go to Jervis, shall we?
Yes.
night, everybody. See you at Jervis.
Love